about humanity.
And we are live. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are coming in from. I'm Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master, on location at one of the best of Exmoor's beautiful cottages. Welcome in, everyone. Today is Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025. And I'm going to be honest with you, the stream, I've got a warning saying the stream is not good. So how this is going to turn out, I don't know. I'm just preempting it. So be aware of it. Welcome in, everybody. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Rumble as well. As I've said, today is Monday, the 22nd of September. And I guess on days like today, I have to reiterate, strong Bitcoin hand, conviction, buying over crying. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Don't worry about the dip for ants and all that stuff. We'll get into it. But welcome in. If you are new and you are finding my channel for the very first time, then I encourage you to do your own research. Don't come looking here looking for price predictions, charts, TA, or anything of that nature. I've got a major warning on my stream, so this might be interesting over the next 25 to 28 minutes. We will see. But do your own research. If you are also finding the channel for the first time, I should encourage you that doesn't look right, does it? Hang on a second. Let me see what is going on here. See if I can get it working. And I can't. Oh dear. Hang on. Bear with me. See if I can see what this thing is doing. That should improve it. We will see. Hold on. And it's still not improving it, is it? Hang on. This is what happens when you go live. There you go. Follow me somewhere else. In the show notes, there's a link that will take you here. This channel's gone down once already, been taken down by YouTube. It could happen again. If you're following me on Rumble, which is UKBitcoinMaster 1, on Rumble, then you won't have a problem. If you are following me on my YouTube backup channel, UK Bitcoiner, you won't have any problem either. So follow me somewhere else, I encourage you. I would also encourage you, bearing in mind, we are at one of these beautiful cottages in the Best of Exmoor, to check out the Best of Exmoor. They are the show sponsor. Top left, you can see they are Bitcoiners. Well worth checking this out, people. This particular place we're staying in has got a 10 out of 10 rating on, I believe, Trustpilot, and a couple of other platforms as well. It is impeccable. It is beautiful. We've been in the swimming pool today, an open outdoor swimming pool that's heated, and it's been absolutely fantastic. We've only been here since Saturday, and it really is beautiful, I got to tell you. So something for everyone, whether you want a cottage, whether you want something right on the edge of the water, whether you want to take your pets, whether you want one night or 20 nights, it is all there. I think there's somewhere like about 200 cottages in the portfolio. So can I encourage you, because they're a Bitcoiner and a show sponsor, scan the QR code or click on the link in my show notes and at least check them out and see what the Best of Exmoor is all about. It is a beautiful part of the United Kingdom. Okay, so as always, you don't want to hear about me. Let's see who we've got in my chat. I saw Stephen O'Neill in a bit earlier. Welcome. Chelsea Baz is with us. Elaine Mrs. UK is in the house. Mr. 60 has joined us. Excuse me. We've got Yorkie Bitcoiner. We've got Big G Hull Bitcoiner. Vinny Rondo, that is Staten Island, in the house. Good to see you. Barefoot Barry coming in from Thailand. Originally from New Zealand, now in Thailand. Jason Jones is in the house. Eddie Willer is with us. Look, welcome in, everybody. I'm hoping we can get through the show, but I've said it again for those that are joining late. The stream, it says it's ruddy awful, so we'll have to wait and see how we get on, but we are going to get on with the show just the same. Now, what I want to talk about is how the landscape is all changing around Bitcoin and why you need to hold your strong hand, stay strong, and don't get fudded out of your coins. So let's go over to the desktop. Let's get into what is going on. And here's the first slide. And I nicked this from Invest Answers because I think it's very profound. It talks about the amount of Bitcoin mined. Obviously, this is about 24 hours old now, so that's come down slightly on the right. But the point is, we're almost at 20 million coins mined, something like 119,000 left to be mined. And I believe that's going to take about 35 weeks-ish. And then there's just 1 million Bitcoin to be mined over the next 120 years. That is why this thing is so hellishly scarce, and why whatever you've got, hold on to it for dear life. If you can find a way to loan against it without getting rid of what you own, I'm not saying do it. I'm saying if it's doable, at least consider that before you go and sell your Bitcoin when the price goes to a price that you think, that's it, I'm out, because you're going to look back and regret it. Remember the guy who paid 10,000 BTC for an apartment for him and his girlfriend? I can't think what his name is now. And then all of a sudden, a few years later, he realized that apartment's cost him over $1 billion. It's like absolutely madness. Pound that like button, buy that flipping dip, no, not dip, because Rocky Palumbo is in the house. Rocky, good to see you. Okay, so let's go into some news articles. Right, firstly, Bitcoin trading firm CEO pleads guilty to 200 million Ponzi scheme, faces up to 40 years in prison. Pretoria, so we're South Africa here. A Praetorian Group International Chief Exec Officer Ramil Ventura Palafox pleaded guilty to wire fraud and money laundering charges related to a $200 million Bitcoin Ponzi scheme that defrauded more than 90,000 investors worldwide. People, this is why I run the channel. So that if I can save one poor pleb from getting scammed by this and others like it, then I'm going to run the channel. That's why I do it, because I really care about humanity and people finding this that are not institutional investors. They're not banks. They're regular people like you and I. If I can save anyone that comes and finds my channel with what I cover, then that's why I do the show. If you're coming here looking for all technical stuff and Preston Pish stuff and Jeff Booth stuff, wrong channel. Sorry. I'm just a British pleb that is passionate about Bitcoin and has chosen to go live Mondays and Thursdays to talk about it. So Palafox reportedly used investor funds for both personal luxuries and to further promote the fraudulent scheme, spending about $3 million on 20 high-end cars, including Porsches, Lamborghinis, Bentleys, McLarens, and Ferraris, along with $329,000 on luxury hotel penthouses and more than $6 million on homes in Vegas and Los Angeles. So this is the corruptness of these types of people that want to take your hard-earned money. So it's so important you find the right channels with the right signal and understand what you're holding and what is out there trying to take your Bitcoin from you. Now look at this one. 25% of all public Bitcoin nodes now reportedly run Bitcoin knots. If you are not aware of the debate raging between Bitcoin core developers and knots developers around the op return, please find Matthew Cratter's Bitcoin University and try and get a handle on if you are running a node running Bitcoin core. Come this new upgrade in October where they blow open the op return, that means there's the potential for CSAM or illicit material to be relayed through your node, and you could technically be held accountable for relaying terrible stuff on the internet. Please, people, if you're running core, get off it and run knots. And that's not financial advice. It's just a bit of personal advice. This issue around JPEGs and tiny videos that could be, I'm going to say CP, and you know what that means, is illegal all around the world, by the way. Could be running, you could be relaying it through a core, you're running core on your full node. So Anyway, up to you. So, a once obscure alternative to Bitcoin Core called Bitcoin Knots has suddenly taken about 25% of all active Bitcoin nodes. What looks like a technical change is quickly becoming a political and ideological battle over Bitcoin's future. So much the block size wars and everything else that went on in 2017. Just days ago, CoinDance showed Bitcoin Knots at 19% of all the nodes, and now it's surpassed 24%, surpassing 1/4 of the network. That's a huge jump compared to Bitcoin Core's tiny increase between September the 9th and September the 14th. Core went up 1.54%, while Knots went up 47.6% in the same period. So please don't listen to me. Go and watch Matt Cratter's Bitcoin University the last 3 to 4 weeks and get an understanding yourself, because he's way clever than I am to explain what the hell is going on. ABW, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Okay, here's one. Kevin Durant, NBA player Kevin Durant, recovers Bitcoin bought at $650, now up over 17,700% after nearly a decade. NBA forward Kevin Durant has access to his Bitcoin again after being locked out of his Coinbase account for nearly a decade. In that time, the price of BTC rose by more than 17,700%. Durant bought Bitcoin in 2016 after hearing about it from then teammates on the Golden State Warriors. At the time, Bitcoin traded between $360 and $1,000, and Durant is estimated to have bought at around $650 per coin. Now, quote, "We got fixed. Account recovery complete," Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong posted on X, responding to a viral tweet about Durant's access issues. Here's my question. Do you think, knowing what we know about Coinbase, as we like to call them, this would have happened if it had been anyone other than, watch this now, look at the bottom bit, Durant and his business partner, Rich Kleinman, I've done that twice, are investors in Coinbase and have promoted the company through their media outlet Boardroom. Do you think that would have happened to you or me if our Coinbase account had been locked out? I'm telling you, not a cat in hell's chance. So we're back to who you know. Are you in with the in crowd? What is the other one that that famous American guy says? This is a club or something, and you ain't in it. I can't think of his name now. Somebody will put that in the chat. I know he was in a film, Jersey Girl, with Ben Affleck. I can't think of his name. But, you know, the point is, if you weren't in the know at Coinbase, you wouldn't have got that release. That would have gone forever, and they'd have said, tough crap, you shouldn't have lost your keys. And yet, they go and unlock it for one of their flipping investors. Drives me bloody mad. Okay, we move on. Michael Saylor. Bitcoin is building a base as OG hodlers exit and big money prepares. This is the shift I've been talking about in the thumbnail. People, retail are not here. Maybe they will come as we go to a blow off top, if that happens. And there's all sorts of debates on whether the cycle's over, the super cycle's here, whether we're never going to see these massive drawdowns again. Well, we're currently down at 112.4. There is a channel that I follow on a Monday only at 2 p.m. because it is a macro show, and that is Scott Melker's Wolf of All Streets, purely because James Lavish is on it. You've also got Dave Weisberger, who always talks positively about where Bitcoin is going. And then the laughing stock, who is Mike McGlone from Bloomberg. And I watch it to try and find out what's going on in the markets. And I clearly watched it today because I wanted to know why this potential crash happened. Well, if you can call it a crash, a dump down, I don't know, 3 or 4 grand, whatever it was. I don't know. I don't pay much attention. And from what I can gather, it clearly seems to be orchestrated because it dumped down within minutes, according to Weisberger. And he said don't be surprised. George Carlin, thank you, Barry. George Carlin, don't be surprised if this thing over the next 3 or 4 days gradually gains momentum and comes back up again, because I don't understand it, but longs have been liquidated or something, and they do it because of perps or something, which I really don't understand. Many of you in the chat probably do, but I don't. The point is, the dump was, from what I'm hearing, clearly manipulated. They don't want to say that word. I don't know why. I think it's manipulated. So the point is, people, keep a strong Bitcoin hand. Buy that dip, as Rocky just said. Not dick, dip. Buy the dip, okay? Because it is a dip. But currently, I'm telling you, it is a dip for ants. So as Saylor says, the landscape is shifting. And those of us that hang on to our corn when everybody else lets theirs go for 500,000, a million a coin, and we, leverage against it, keeping the upside potential, we are going to be sat with the elite, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years out, depending on if we're still around or not, of course. That is why I'm imploring you, hold on to your coins for dear life and never let go of them. You need somebody to have to try and pry them out of cold, dead hands. So Michael Saylor said, Bitcoin sideways trading reflects OG hodlers cashing out while institutions wait for the price to drop and then they go and mop it up, or as he says here, lower volatility. He described the current environment as one where early adopters who bought Bitcoin at single-digit prices are selling modest amounts to fund real-world needs such as housing or tuition. Quote, the perfect money has no cash flows, he said, adding that institutions anchored in decades of equity and bond frameworks have been slow to adapt but will eventually be forced to rethink. So the landscape is shifting, and maybe this manipulation we've seen over the last 24 hours, the dump, if you want to call it that, is there designed to shake out weak hands so the institutions can mop up even more. Don't let them have it, people. Don't. Bitcoin will accelerate as world heads into fourth turning, says Jordi Visser. I watch him a lot on Pomp's podcast. He seems like a really, really clever guy. So what's he saying? Bitcoin is poised to grow in price and adoption, regardless of the macroeconomic scenarios that will unfold in the coming years and decades, as the global financial system heads for a fourth turning style reset, according to market analyst Jordi Visser. Visser told Anthony Pompliano that the average person has lost confidence in all legacy institutions, which should drive investment into Bitcoin, a neutral, permissionless, global asset not tied to governments or traditional organizations. Point is, people are seeing it, institutions are seeing it. All we've got to do is be patient through this sideways crabbing, because eventually it will gain another leg up. Maybe it will settle, maybe at 125, 135, who knows? I haven't got a magic wand. And then settle for months again, and then jump up again, and then settle for months. But if you take the long view and zoom out over maybe 5 or 10 years, it could look like a steady 30% growth up to 1 million and way beyond. So stick in there, people. Hold strong. That's what this channel is all about. How do you hold strong? Connect with other Bitcoiners that are like you on the same mission. We are in many groups on the Orange Pill app. We are members of the Lifetime group on Orange Pill app. We've connected with hundreds of people one-on-one globally on the Orange Pill app. So if you're not on it, use my link in the show notes. Get on it, take out a subscription, even if it's 1 month as a trial. And then once you've done that, connect with many of us, and OPA will give you 5,000 sats once you've taken out any type of subscription. Not only that, second sponsor by the Book Accountancy. That is Robin Thatcher, the owner down there, also known as Crypto Tax Help. Check him out if you're in the UK, people, because Robin is a hardened Bitcoiner. He believes Bitcoin only, although he does tax for other crypto bros as well, so he doesn't shoot his business in the foot. He lobbies the UK government. He works with Bitcoin policy here in the UK. And you can get a 30-minute consultation with Robin to find out what is going on here, what you need to know about taxes here in the UK, given everything and all the changes that are coming in January 2026. So I encourage you, reach out to Robin, book that, tell him you came through the UK Bitcoin Master live show, and then he'll know that me promoting his business is sending traffic his way. Okay, some tweets. I found this one from Simply Bitcoin. Developing Vietnam erases 86 million bank accounts of non-compliant citizens who refuse digital ID. This is what Bitcoin's made for. This is how you opt out of this. I don't know if I hear this word bounding around is panopticon. I don't quite know what that means, but that seems to be, or let's call it totalitarianism, whatever you want to call it, this culture of everything we know about you is with your retina, or, you can't go into a shop because you haven't scanned your retina for your ID. It's just the most frightening thing ever, and you've got to opt out. Bram VDB, welcome. Good to see you. ABW is in the house. I might have given you a shout out already, but Jason Jones, Jaws, Carlin, yeah, we're back. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. I've got that one now, loud and clear, but thanks again. Really appreciate it. Here's another one. This bar of gold turned out to be tungsten wrapped in the actual layer of gold. You can fake gold, but you can't fake Bitcoin. This is happening all around the world where people think they bought gold and it's totally fake. Don't fall for it. Buy Bitcoin. Store it on a hardware wallet. Lock down your security, your seed words out of the view of prying eyes, somewhere completely away from your hardware device, whatever it might be. Look at multi-sig if that works for you, and make sure that you are self-sovereign so that this sort of thing can't happen to you. Anybody that buys an ETF, it is like buying fake gold. You don't own the Bitcoin. You own a Bitcoin IOU on the promise that ETF company will give you that Bitcoin if you ever want it. Own the real deal. Be self-sovereign. This one, Trump organization officially discloses holding billions worth of Bitcoin on its balance sheet. People, when you hear that, does that make you think they're going to want to go and ban Bitcoin and push it underground when the Trump family itself is holding billions of dollars in Bitcoin? Do you know what I think? They know what's coming. They absolutely know what's coming, and they're doing everything they can to stack and fill their own family bags before all hell lets loose and the world understands really what Bitcoin is. And you know what? I don't know how to quantify it, but that's passionately how I feel at what is playing out. And that is why you will need to pry my Bitcoin out of my dead cold hands. You are not getting my Bitcoin, and you should have the same mentality. If they are stacking it, so should we be. Look at this one. I found this one from Ellie Nagar. Since 2013, every green September has been followed by a strong Q4 for Bitcoin. September 25 is already, it says minus 7%, but we're up. The point is, we had a good September. In fact, we're still in September, and anything could happen. It's just dumped down a bit. But the point is, if you look at every September that's had a green month, October, November, and December, I think bar one it may be. Is there one there? Yeah, hang on. I believe it is September. Yeah, 2024 last year, December was down. But the point is, there's only one way this thing is going, no matter how many of these graphs I show you over time, and that is up. Okay, here's another one. Mark Moss, just in. Chief BT Strategies at Satsuma PLC. Mark Moss on Bitcoin treasury firms. These are not crypto plays. These companies have Bitcoin. Zoom out, think in 4+ year blocks. I couldn't agree more. I think every metric I've seen, every commentator I've listened to have said anyone that's held Bitcoin for 4 years or more has never lost anything. Well, They might have lost if they dumped the Bitcoin, but they've never lost money if they've held it for 4 or more years. It is very much zoom out. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin today and get rich tomorrow, wrong place to be, people. Wrong place to be. Give yourself a decade, a 10-year horizon. We are 8.5 years into our 10-year play, and then we're never selling anything. The point is, even after 8.5 years, our early buys are up. Let me be right. Let's call it, I'll say 35x. Let's just say that. 35x on our initial Bitcoin buys. And then that dropped a little bit with our buys the year after that in 2018. But we're still up massively over 8.5 years. And you can do exactly the same. Here's a good one from Trending Bitcoin. Buying Bitcoin under 0.1 million is the opportunity of a lifetime, says Samson Mao. Forget Samson. Forget anything I'm saying. If you were to buy Bitcoin at $112,520 right now and it 10x to $1 million in 1 decade, that is the best investment you will ever make on anything on planet Earth. What people do, they put some money in. Next month it drops 5%. They freak out. They say, when it gets back to where I bought in, I'm selling and I'm out of here. Lettuce hands. You need to be a strong hand Bitcoin hodler like I and many people in this channel are. But just pointing that one out. Here's another fun fact. The 11 million the Winklevoss spent on Bitcoin in 2013 is now worth over 11 billion. Case in point. 11 million they spent from their money from Mark Zuckerberg after the law, the whatever it was, the battle that went on over Facebook. They put 11 million. If you read the book Bitcoin Billionaires, they tell you there 11 million in 2013. 12 years later, it is worth 11 billion. Oh my friggin' God. How can you say you lose money if you invest for the long term instead of becoming a short term in and out to make a fast buck, dude? That will never work in Bitcoin. So, people, this show is all about building a strong hand. It is all about learning what you hold, understanding all the forces out there that want to take your Bitcoin away from you. And if you let them, because Bitcoin goes to 200,000, 500,000, a million a coin, I'm telling you, if you are younger than me and you live another 20, 30, 40 years, that 1 million coin you sold is going to be worth 10 million, 20 million, $500 million. Nobody knows, but it's going to be worth one hell of a lot more than what you paid for it. So, pull this together. I found this, which I thought was brilliant. Bitcoin doesn't make you wealthy overnight. It changes how you see money forever. That's the key here. If you invest in Bitcoin, you will intrinsically go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. You'll learn more about what you own. You will get more and more convicted, more and more invested, and that's how we all do it. Every one of us, including me, comes into Bitcoin for number go up. Pretty soon you realize there is way more to Bitcoin than number go up. So if you want to support my channel, and you don't have to, but many people want to, you got 3 Sats addresses here that are all live right now. You don't have to support my channel, but if you do want to drop some Sats, Wallet of Satoshi is working. My Primal is there. You've got my Orange Pill app Sats address there. Drop some Sats. 10 Sats will cost you less than a penny. 100 Sats is like nothing. It's like a few pennies. You don't have to. I don't expect it. But if you want to, that's how you can support this show, because as you'll clearly see on YouTube, it is not monetized. It is on Rumble because I don't know how to not monetize it. But I don't want to take money from this YouTube channel. I do it to help other people. I can see Vinny Rondo in the chat. I can see Mouse Jerky there as well. Glyn1877 is in the Rumble chat. Way to go, dudes. Pound the like button over on Rumble, please, if you haven't done so already. But for now, that is it. We're going to enjoy this week on our second week of vacation in this beautiful cottage of the best of Exmoor. I'm going to say it again. Scan the QR code earlier in the show or go into the show notes and click it. These properties are just phenomenal with like 9.5 to 10 out of 10 ratings. I can't say that enough. It's just incredible. But I will be back on Thursday, internet permitting. Hopefully it's done okay. I did go in and change the stream strength and take high quality off. So I don't know what it's been like for you guys, but I did knock that off and hopefully we got through it. The warning's still there, but nobody's put in the chat that I seem to be buffering. So fingers crossed on that. But I will be back on, you're welcome, Eddie. I will be back on Thursday, 6 p.m. UK time for another live show. Come and join me then. Until then, Chelsea Baz's awesome Bitcoin song about broken money is coming up. I'm Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master. This was your Bullish Bitcoin show for the 22nd of September, 2025. Catch you all on Thursday.